let's see. So, who are you, and what's the date? If you don't know the date, I'll tell you.
Today is January 9th?
8th?
8th.
What year?
2022.
And who are you?
I'm Brian Lautman. And am I looking in the camera? Or?
You can look at me. It's okay. Whatever you want to do. If you want to talk to the camera to be funny or whatever, you can do that. No wrong answers.
I hope not. Could be.
Yeah. Where do you live now?
In this mess right here. Simi Valley. 1105 Appleton. It's never dull here.
And if I ask you a question and it makes you think of something that you want to like talk about, just go ahead and do it. There's no if it jogs your memory, something you thought was interesting, just go with it too, okay? Who are your parents? What are your parents' names?
Was Wilhelmina and Joe Lautman. I got pictures inside that they were going to be in the trash, but took them out when Joey was doing his little thing. There's some good pictures.
What was your mom's maiden name?
Van Halm, Wilhelmina Van Halm. Tough lady. She's a real tough lady. But she raised us, 5 of us. I don't know how. I was bad enough, and then I had 4 more, man. Crazy. It was very nuts.
So, you said there's 4 more. Who are they?
Was Joey, it's Joey, me, Carla, Dean, and Evie.
Like, who was born first? Like, I don't know who's older, who's the youngest, you know what I mean?
Joey was born 62 April, and I was 10 months later, so I considered it was an accident. So I was in February 63. Carla was March 64, and Dean was June 65. Evie was 70, 1970. And that was a trip. Waking up and hearing the little babies was weird. Because my dad delivered her at home with my mom, and then we woke up and, wow, we got a little girl. That was weird.
I bet.
She was my best friend. Pretty weird.
Were you guys close for a long time?
Yeah, it was cool. I was really bitching. It was something you could brag about, but it moves. I just don't mind, screaming and whatever she did. But it was cool.
So do you know, so obviously you know where you were born. Actually, just tell us, what your exact birth date. When was that?
February 14th, 1963.
You know where you were born?
Glendale is on the record. The birth certificate says Glendale, so I was too little to remember.
Would you mind doing me a favor? Could you try and put that mic just a little bit lower?
Lower.
Just below the second button? Just in case there's a little bit of a chin shadow.
Well, is it scraping?
I don't think so. But I just want to make sure. Sometimes if it's too close under the chin, there might be this chin will kind of muffle some of the sound. Well, that's perfect right there. Do you have any children or grandchildren or anything?
No kids.
No kids?
I had my dog.
Tell me about them.
She died when I was coming out of the hospital, or I just got out of the hospital just now, or in September. She waited for me, and then she died when I got home. It was fucking brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But she's buried right over there.
There was another dog that I remembered for a long time as well.
Boz. He's a good dog too.
When I was little, I used to pretend to be Bosworth and run around.
Yep, the living room, everywhere. Yeah, that was a good dog too.
You still have pictures of him and stuff?
Oh yeah. There's my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any kids except them.
Those are definitely kids. It was Bosworth, right? Yeah.
Bosworth.
Where did that name come from?
This is Brian, and then Bosworth from football.
Wait, what was it?
Brian, and then the guy from football was Brian Bosworth. So we just say that kind of works.
Wait, from what? I'm not familiar with this football guy. Like, so is a football player?
From Seattle. He was Seattle. Brian Bosworth was the guy's name. And so we just, hey, what about Bosworth? Okay, that fits.
That's awesome. I never knew the name, where it came from. So he's he an NFL player for the Seahawks?
He was.
Really? That's so funny.
I don't even know if he's alive now, but it just fit.
That's great. I mean, I wouldn't know him any other way.
Yeah, he was awesome. Loved the beach. Couldn't wait for the beach. Smelt the beach.
Mm-hmm. I remember going with you to the beach and him and throwing a tennis ball around.
Oh yeah.
The sandy, wet tennis ball. That's what I remember for some reason.
Yep.
So were you named after anyone?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No. Did you know if your name has like any like special meaning that you were told or anything?
Probably accident.
Accident.
No, I don't think it has a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. It's Brian, Carla, Dean, Evie, so I don't know if it was they were going down the line. Maybe they wanted the alphabet. So it was, maybe they wanted 26 kids, I don't know.
Except for apparently Joey didn't count for that.
Right.
Yeah. Has anyone ever give you a nickname or anything?
Limoses.
What do they call you?
Whitehead. It was a good one.
How did that, like, why did they pick that?
Because our hair, it's just, me and Dean were whiteheads, and I forgot what they call Julie. But there was 12 kids next door, and our family, so it was interesting.
Okay. So you said next door, so next door to
my mom's house in Parkhurst.
And there were the Limoses. Did you guys interact a lot with them?
Oh yeah, we were buddies. There's no other family. I don't know any other family like that one. Who treats a family like a family. Holidays and whatever. It's not just a holiday. You go to their house during the year, not just one time a year. Which is what's supposed to be. But some don't do that. Like mine. Once a year is too much. Too stressful.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk to me like about kind of all the major significant events in your life, like the parts that, you know, if you could write a timeline of all the big moments, what would those be from when you can remember to now?
I remember I had a big wheel inside the house. That was the shit, man. X19. I remember my dad not being there. My mom raised all of us. So my idea was, I want to go be with Dad because he's nice, but he's just never around. Let me see. Growing up with bicycles, driving all over Royal High School. Going to Hollywood to see grandma's. Back seat was mine all the time, facing backwards. Carbon monoxide, cigarette smoke. I had gnarly headaches when I got there, but that was my seat. I had to do some damage, but let me see. Well, trying to think of all kinds of shitty things.
I mean, it can just be like, you know, major, you know, like more like life-changing events that you remember, like maybe getting married or getting a job or getting your first car, or, you know, I mean, like, you know, there's no wrong answer, of course. I like the answers you gave me already.
The car, got my first car at 18, bought it. Most people get theirs given to them, and that kind of freaked my mom out.
What was it?
A raised up Datsun truck, you know, like huge tires on the back. But it was, there's nothing else like it, but I can see why. I started a street club with it, or made the first poster and then handed them out, and then we started the street club.
What'd you guys do at the street club?
I mean, sometimes there was 50 trucks.
Really?
Go into a meeting or a parking lot and just hang out, and everybody's checking out each other's truck.
That's awesome.
So it was people I went to school with, so they had their own truck, and 4xs lowered in between. There's all kinds of different ones. But I was working, so I never really got to go on anything that they did. So,
where were you working at the time?
Thrifty Mart, supermarket.
What were you doing?
A bagger at the time. Go get cards and bring them back in. Then, you know, go to night crew, and then go to school, go to night crew, and that ended up going 20 years or something.
Wow. So you said the Thrifty Mart, is that in Simi? Or was it in Simi?
It was in Simi.
Where was it?
First in LA.
Okay, was it the Rite Aid? Was that what it was?
Right
No.
where the produce market is.
Okay, yeah.
That was Thrifty Mart there. So it was a lot of work, but I didn't care. I was doing that, and then Chuck E. Cheese, I got a job at Chuck E. Cheese.
You did?
So I was working 2 jobs with school there.
What year were you working at Chuck E. Cheese?
81, I think. So we opened that place. Me and Ken, my buddy down the street. That was a changing moment too. He got hit by a car.
Oh my God.
Actually, just January 5th, I think 25 years ago or something like that. and he was almost done. The little girl took off but came back, so she could have got more in trouble than she did, which I don't think she got any. She almost killed him. Fucking shattered his left knee.
Oh my gosh.
Broke his back, broke his right leg, broke his left arm, and then his right wrist. That was a mess. But I think that was 95.
You know, every year since Sophia has been like 2 years old, I've taken her to Chuck E. Cheese every year. And every time we go there, we go and we take a picture in one of those photo booths. And I have one for every year that we've gone so far.
That's a good place. I mean, it's not the same, but
Right.
It's a good place.
Yeah. So, you got your car when you're 18. You bought it yourself, which is pretty awesome. You started a truck club. You worked at Thrifty as a bagger, and we worked at Thrifty, and then you worked at Chuck E. Cheese working a second job, and you went to school. What happened? And then your friend died, or your friend almost got hit by a car in '95, or he did get hit by a car.
But
yeah. What happened after '95? Was there any other major events that you remember?
I would go to Ken's house and push him in the wheelchair back to my house. Maybe a mile away. Just totally lifted his fucking mood. Got him to get out or want to get out. Which helped a lot. Because he was stuck at his mom's house with his brother, which is a nightmare. Still.
Is Ken still around?
Mm-hmm.
You talk to him?
Mm-hmm. He's still at his mom's house down the street from my mom's. He still has a limp. He's still fucked up. I mean, messed up with his injuries, his back. He does a lot, but he can't do much for long. But he went to Pennsylvania. He moved to Pennsylvania from my house in Camarillo, and then stayed there for 20-something years, and then came back. I went out there to see him. Was looking to buy a house out there, but didn't happen. Let me see what else. It was 95. Oh God.
Ted, hold that thought for just a second. I'm gonna.
That thing a few times.
What thing?
The costume.
Oh, the Chuck E. Cheese costume? You were in the Chuck E. Cheese costume? That's great. So, we were talking about your friend Ken and how even after that accident, you still helped him get out of the house. You got him out of the house. You pushed him in his wheelchair. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, we got some pictures of it on Arcade Street going to my house, and he was just so stoked to get out. But he was there with me at Chuck E. Cheese too. We opened that place up and just had a field day there. It was fun. It's kind of stupid now, but it was fun. The manager would open the token machine up all night. We'd just reach in, fill our pockets up, and then sell them during the week to make extra money. But then we had to wear the costume. Bad. Very bad. Kids are grabbing you, fucking little whip with the tail. It was crazy.
I used to be my high school mascot. So I understand. So, what happened after that? So, what happened after you and your friend Ken hang out? Was there any other events after like 95, 96 that were significant?
The earthquake was 94, so that was a doozy. I was at my grandma's house when that hit, where the freeway fell down, so it was a good rocker. Then we came here to Simi to see what my mom was doing, and got stuck here. The valley fever thing, when the hill collapsed back there. I saw that, just like, wow.
Valley fever?
Yeah, the Whiteface Mountain collapsed. It just
really,
and then sent the cloud of dust through the whole Simi Valley, and people got sick off it. I don't know why, but it should have been from Rocketdyne instead.
What's Rocketdyne?
Well, the poison they put in the ground from the rockets in the Santa Susana Field Laboratory is what they call it now. But they're pouring rocket fuel down into the ground when they're done with it. So now there's people with cancer, and it's just a mess. But you would think people would get sick off that instead of the dirt.
When did the dirt thing happen? You remember what year?
It's during the earthquake.
Or during the earthquake?
It was at the time of the earthquake.
That was...
So we were in Hollywood when the earthquake hit, and then we came to Simi that day, and then that day was that the dirt that fell down and this valley fever thing. But whatever was in the dirt just caught a lot of people sick. They called it valley fever. But I don't know what was in it. I couldn't tell you. But, I mean, it was weird.
Right. What else? What happened? Anything cool after that? Not cool, but anything, dramatic or memorable after that? When did you get Bosworth?
When I was in Camarillo, Terry and Ken brought him over as a puppy, white little fur ball. Just ran straight for me, and just a blonde pile of hair running at me. Just awesome.
Remember what year that was?
Shit. No, I don't know. When I was living in Camarillo, we moved out there to rent a house, and I thought we were gonna buy it, but it didn't happen. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's just an awesome dog. I got a picture of it still. But other than that, let me see. Well,
can I backtrack for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So you're living at your mom's house, and what point did you move out of your mom's house at some point?
18.
Where did you move?
To a house full of kids in the Greek Tract, just to rent a room, but I ended up almost being their older brother kind of thing. Not really a babysitter, but I would just go there and get off work at 50 Mart, go to that house, bring home marked down produce, whatever, just discount shit for the whole family there. So if I saw them today, I would say hey, what's up, man? Like they're brothers. But it was good. It was cool. I mean, we both liked it.
Where'd you go from there?
So I met Terry. We started going out with Terry there. Shoot, I don't know. Apartment or something.
Who's Terry?
She was the ex-wife. 13 years with her and 13 years married, and that was enough. Couldn't do anymore. We were both at each other. We were gonna kill each other, so we had to get away. But it was fun when it was fun, and it was a nightmare when it wasn't. I guess that's the way it goes everywhere. But we never had kids, so that's a good thing.
Bosworth.
Boz. Exactly.
So so you were in an apartment. Did you guys move into Camarillo together? Is that where you guys habitated?
Eventually we ended up there. We ended up moving back to her mom's house, her parents' house, to save money up for a place in Camarillo. We ended up getting it, and then stayed there for 13 years, and then got divorced. I had to sell it, and then celebrate. It was so nice. So happy to get divorced. Just sick.
What was her last name? What was her mom's
Terry
name?
Romero.
Well, say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Terry Romero. I went to school with her brother. Her grade was under mine, so me and her brother were the same age. And then it was her with her twin brother.
What was her brother's name?
Jerry Romero, and little brother Danny. But it's just crazy nightmare kind of thing. Glad I'm not there. Fuck. Terrible.
So let's so you worked at Thrifty Mart, right? You worked at Chuck E. Cheese. Where else did you work between like now and then? What else have you done? And even education. When did you go to school for anything? What kind of where did you work at?
Well, I've been going to Moore Park College, which is a 2-year college, probably for 16 years sometimes. Just because I took what I wanted to take, and not for a diploma, which was kind of dumb. But
what did you take?
Cameras, radio, TV, drafting, computer drafting. Oh man, all kinds of shit. Welding in Ventura College. Did special effects for the guy when I moved to Newbury Park. My neighbor was a special effects guy from his house, so he hired me to do some weed whacking. And then I ended up helping him in his garage for 3 years or whatever, making artificial or special effects stuff.
When you mean special effects stuff, what do you mean exactly? Well, give me some examples of what that could be.
Like if he makes fake animals. So if they want a shot of a deer, they'll see a deer running around, a live one, and then they'll cut to a fake deer for over the head shots, looking at you from over the head of the deer. So we would make the deer, the head, whatever a deer does, and replace the live deer from shots that they can't get. And we made a bear for Steven Seagal movie. He's the only one that didn't like it out of everybody on the set. This bear just makes you want to laugh. Steve, it looks great. Ah. And it looked perfect. I mean, to match the real bear, but with this bear, it was just right on. But he's the only one that said no. He's a dick. Or there'd be like we make 1,000 bees, put them on fishing string, and then put them on a rig, and push the rig in front of the camera to make it look like a swarm of bees are coming. And for a honey commercial, or a cereal commercial, we'd do squirrels, like honey and nut, or whatever it was, honey nut Cheerios, or not Cheerios, honey nut flakes, or whatever the hell it was. So the guy's sitting in the aisle and he's doing his thing, and he looks up and there's a big squirrel there. And it took him 65 takes to do that before he got it. He didn't even get it right. That was for lunch. So now there's 250 people waiting for this guy to get his shit right. It was so gnarly. And he was black, so that didn't help. Just the comments were just gnarly coming out of there. You know, because now after lunch they're going right to the same shot they started before breakfast or after breakfast. It was just crazy. I mean, you know how that goes when the people can't get it right. Oh my God, stress.
Did you like working in film?
Oh yeah, it was great. Food was awesome.
It's my favorite part too, actually. The catering.
Yeah, oh man, gourmet. Just salmon for lunch, or real shit. I mean, it was crazy. Breakfast burritos, it would be stand up like 2x4s. It was so damn good. But that's just so you don't have to go anywhere.
I seem to remember you made something that won like you submitted something and you won the competition for a special effect of some kind. Has something to do with Ralph's or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that, because I vaguely remember seeing it sometime.
There's a contest for the stores to display a frozen food, lean cuisine, was that whatever was the thing. So my idea was to put a weightlifter at the top of the freezer by the check stands, and another person on a lounge chair with lean cuisine, just, you know, laying back eating it. But the weightlifter has to do this every time the door opens. The guy would go up and come down, up, down, up, down, up, down, all day long for whoever comes in through their door. And the lean cuisine way or the hard way. So that thing was just perfect. I mean, it worked every single time the door opened. And the guys on night crew would take the door and just rack it so they think they're gonna break it, and didn't break it. It lasted the whole time, and it was just so perfect. But $250 for that one, plus the time to do it. It took way too long. What else is the second one I did? I won 2 of them. And what the hell was the other one?
Was it a Christmas tree?
Yes. A Christmas tree that was on a microphone that it was up on the, what was the thing with it? The talking Christmas tree was on a remote. It follows the customer. Hey, eat lean cuisine, fat ass. You know, as it follows the customer.
It would say that?
Well, because we're saying it.
So you talk into a microphone and it would come out where the Christmas tree was.
That with the eyeballs following whoever's walking in front.
How would the eyeballs following it?
What's happening?
Hi there, I'm Emmett.
This is my nephew. What's up?
That's your nephew.
Okay, so just give me a quick thing about that. So that Christmas tree thing you made, where was it? Where was it at?
That was Albertsons again, on top of the freezer, in front of the store, by the check stands. We were behind the check stands, and this thing was in front of the check stands. So we'd be on a radio, hey, fat ass, eat some lean cuisine, and the Christmas tree's following like this. You know, the eyes are blinking. It's like it's just somebody on the top of the freezer. But that one,
And you built that?
no, there was the the tree was made. It's just we put the microphone in it and got the radio. But that's what made it actually, is the comments coming out of that thing. Some of them weren't publicly okay.
That's pretty awesome.
But
So, give me a quick overview of the different jobs you've had and done. From the from after the working in special effects and film, after that point.
after the effects was construction, roofing, grocery business was forever. Night crew, which worked all night, and then I got all day to fuck around. Then go back to work at night, and all day to screw around and go back to work. But what else there was?
I remember I was going to some Montessori school off of like Los Angeles Avenue, I think. And I think you lived over there, didn't you? I think you lived in a house off of kind of where that big field is, kind of where the bowling alley is. Did you live in a house over there?
On the Greek track by Sinaloa?
It was, I
Or
don't
the
know.
other
I remember
bowling.
I went to a Montessori school, and you would show up with Bosworth sometimes outside of the playground, and sometimes after school I'd go hang out at your house.
I don't know if I was. Where was that? I think it was either Sinaloa or at the other end of Simi.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Boz was with me for a long time. He died at my mom's house. Buried him in the backyard. And then I got Brandy. I didn't want another dog, but Brandy was getting her ass kicked, so I got her. But yeah, I'm trying to think where the house was.
Well, it's okay. We'll come back to it. The Camarillo house. Where'd you go after that?
Well, we were renting a house in Camarillo, and then the house didn't work out so well, so we moved back to Terry's mom's and saved money there, and then bought the Camarillo, the duplex in Camarillo. So that we were there for 13 years. But that was a good one.
It sounds like everything that you have had is everything you worked for.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like everything you've made for yourself is because you put the time in and the hours and the work in to get it.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I had to. I mean, that's why I have this house, is because I had 2 jobs and whatever. And
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's gonna buy it for me, so nobody's gonna pay for it. So I'm the only one stressing on it.
Well, let's change the direction a little bit. How did you and your family spend time together when you were kids? Is there a specific thing that you remember you guys did together?
A lot of arguing. My mom would take us to Magic Mountain. She'd buy us 5 season passes at Magic Mountain just so she could sleep in the parking lot. Let us go crazy, just run amok in the freaking place. I mean, every year we'd get the same thing, and every year it just got even more crazy. We'd rent wheelchairs because we can go on the rides immediately instead of waiting in line. We just rock right past them. It's kind of sacrilegious, but at the same time. But then like Dean would be in the wheelchair doing wheelies on the back wheels, and then I'd kick the back end So now he's flipping over, and now he gets up and starts running after me, and people are, oh! So now I'm the asshole until he starts running around, and he's the fake. So we kind of switch roles immediately.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty great.
But then we give girls rides. Say, hey, sit out here. We'll bust you around. Sit out there. It was just crazy.
What was there any? What was new on TV or on the radio when you were a kid? You remember anything coming out on TV or the radio that you liked when you were a little kid? That was new.
Chips. Remember, we have to smack the TV to keep it on. I mean, just we have to hit the side of it. And then my mom's upstairs because no one's supposed to be watching TV because we're all supposed to be upstairs. Damn it! I try and smack it light and it's not working. So now I gotta smack it hard. And who's downstairs watching TV? But that was kind of pretty lame. There was Led Zeppelin was out. They just came out. I mean, 75 was when I was listening to it. 8-track tapes. Put on Led Zeppelin, put the 8-track tape on, switch the next song. You gotta. That was crazy.
Was it? Speaking of Led Zeppelin, did you have a favorite music artist at the time?
I think it was Led Zeppelin. It's because it was just awesome the way they sounded.
They are also my favorite band of all time.
And they still rock the same sound, the same song. It still sounds awesome.
Do you have a favorite album or song from Led Zeppelin?
I mean, I think the favorite song is "Stairway to Heaven," but there's 235 songs of Zeppelin or something like that. But they just rock. I mean, no one else is like them.
I personally think that they are the origins of big hair band rock. Like the 80s rock, I think it all stemmed directly from them. Like
Totally.
80s rock wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
The high-pitched singing and the shredding and the heavy drums would not have existed without Robert Plant, John Bonham, and Jimmy Page.
The four of them just rocked. I mean, they were just amazing.
Tell me about any movies at the time that you remember when you were a kid that came out?
Oh man, the drive-in used to be open. My mom would pack us up in there and take us to the drive-in, and we'd see our friends. And now we're going to the drive-in as a family. We can't go see our friends, so now it's like it was weird. My mom took us there to be with the family, but we wanted to go see our friends. So now there's an argument of who's what, this, and now I'm the asshole because I'm in a mad mood. And it was just weird. But we would just go again next week or whatever, and my mom put us in the station wagon. That car fucking lasted a long time. We got a lot of miles out of it.
Was there any movie that you remember that you saw in the drive-in?
The movie I hated was The Beatles. Something yellow submarine or whatever it was. Just absolutely the stupidest movie. And I had to sit there and watch it with my mom, and she liked it because she liked the Beatles. And I hated it. It was just, compared to Zeppelin, it was just garbage.
It's pretty poppy compared to Zeppelin.
Oh man, it was terrible.
Is there anyone that you remember that you did like?
The movie?
Yeah. Is there any movie you remember coming out that you did like at the time?
What was there? Yeah, there's a bunch of them, but God, I don't know now. Star Wars was a good one, I guess, but I wasn't really into Star Trek stuff.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go to a different subject. What did you guys have any holiday traditions growing up?
Um, Nothing. I mean, my grandma was Jewish, but we didn't celebrate any kind of thing like that. My mom really didn't care. She would put up a tree. That's about it. I mean, she'd send us to church just so she could have time off. Pack us all up in a bus and take the bus over the hill, and farther away the better.
What church? Do you remember?
Faith Baptist on Canoga. So we'd end up going there on the bus and then ditch that and walk away down the street and come back and hopefully we get the bus. But that's just so she can sleep while we're gone.
Do you remember having like a favorite toy when you were younger? Remember any toy that stood out to you when you were a kid?
A big wheel.
That's right, the big wheel I talked about. What was the model?
X19.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
had
good.
The steering like this.
Yeah.
But that was the bomb there.
How did people communicate over long distances when you were that age? Like, is there, because it changes, every decade it changes.
Just a regular telephone. There's no, or letters. My uncle would write letters from Holland. It was just too much work to send one back. So too lazy. There was no computer. There was no cell phone. No texting. It was just
So phone and letters.
Yeah. Phone and letters.
Okay. So can you tell me the different schools you went to? Elementary and middle and high school and college.
Hollow Hills, by my mom's house. Remember walking there the first day. Had to jump the fence to go through the field, and the guy that was across the street went with me, and he was too scared to jump the fence. Somehow I ended up jumping the fence anyway, because I knew which way to go and I wanted to go, and that was cool. But I learned how to tie my shoe on the way in front of the front door in my mom's house. I was so stoked. What else happened there? Hollow Hills, and then Sinaloa was kind of a nightmare because I was too shy to do anything with anybody.
Is that middle school?
Yeah, Sinaloa Middle School. And then Royal High School after that. Still couldn't talk to girls at all. Turned like fucking red like a freaking tomato. Cindy Pugh, oh my god, she's so beautiful. There she is. Might as well have my foot in. But I gave her a Valentine's Day rose, and I was the only one. She came up and hugged me and gave me a kiss, and I swear to God, I would still fucking go ballistic right now. You out? See you later. She's still beautiful right now. It's probably 9 kids later. Stunningly beautiful. Bet we should look her up.
We can. We will.
No,
So, high school, you went to Royal, right? And then you talked about Moore Park College, and you also talked about Ventura a little bit too.
Moore Park was after Royal High, actually. Well, obviously. But Moore Park really didn't. They had drafting there. They had the radio TV class. But nothing that I was interested in to keep me going for a degree. I just went there just because you're supposed to after high school. But it just sucked. So I'd just say I was going and I wasn't. But then, I skipped a few years, and then now the attitude changed, because now I want to learn how to do this and how to do that. So I would go there just for that and not for a degree, which is, I could care less about musical science if I want to do photography or whatever it was. But I went to Ventura College for welding, and that's where I stuck for like 5 years or whatever it was, to do special effects, to put, help welding. Whatever grade I got, my boss would give me $1 more an hour raise if I got the passing grade to get to the next step or whatever, because that would help him, because I'm doing stuff for him, which was cool.
Did you have a favorite teacher growing up or even in college?
I mean, not really. I mean, nothing I could go to talk to anything about, or just, there were some cool teachers, but not really a favorite. I mean, Mr. Kreitzer was good.
Where was he?
Hollow Hills. He was cool. I never had him as a teacher. I think I had him once, but he's just really good with kids, and he's fun, and he's riding bicycles just for whatever reason. But I don't think it was ever a favorite, as in that's, he's the bomb or whatever. But.
Right. Well, that's okay. That's perfect. Did you ever get in trouble in school?
Not a whole lot. Never got spanked, and that was used to be the thing. I would ditch some classes, but now I wanted to get the hell out, so I didn't want to fail. I would.
Did you get good grades?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I could have graduated early, but I wasted the last half semester dicking around doing nothing. Could have went to Moore Park half semester early, whatever, and all kinds of weird things. But no, I just hung out with my buddy Ken.
Tell me about your mom, Wilhelmina. Was there anything important that you learned from her?
Everything. How to work. How to cook. How to wash clothes. How not to act. Be walking through the mall with all of us, 3 by her, and I'm the one in the back, just, here I am again, but I don't want to be here, blah, blah, blah. Brian, get over here. I am here. No, get over here. She's grabbing by my ear like this. I said, come here. And the guy behind me said, hey, don't hit your kid like that. I can hit him if I want. He's my kid. So it's like, thanks, so I can shut the fuck up. But she was just tough, man. She was tough.
Did she ever give you any piece of advice that you remember specifically stood out to you? Or any wisdom?
Yeah, she was telling me get away from Rhonda. She's bad. Yeah, you think so, Mom? Really? Yeah. And she'd say, the first time she saw Terry I was on the roof, leaning over the edge, scraping paint, and Terry walks up from school and, who's that hussy? Didn't even know her. But she was just tough. I mean, she would work in the backyard, and I'd be with her, and Eric Clapton's song "Cocaine" came on, and cocaine, it started moving a little faster and whatever. And I hate this fucking song. What the hell is this crap? Mom, it's only a song. And she just hated it. Pot was bad. She hated pot. It's amazing how little it is now, but she hated it.
Did your relationship with her change as you got older?
Yeah. I mean, it was time to get out of the house for me, and I'm sure she was happy about it. Because she had Carla and Dean to go, and whatever, Evie too now. But it changed for just the lack of seeing her. I mean, she knew I was working, she knew I was okay, but every time I went to talk to her about her, she would say, "Don't worry about me, I'm okay." She wasn't. She hid it. 15 years she was hiding it. Well, trying. Sucked. But they gave her 5 years and she made it 15. She was tough.
Is there any particular moment that you remember with her that you felt particularly loved? Is there anything that she did, any action she did when you were younger, a specific thing that you felt particularly loved at any point in time?
Just birthdays. She would always make birthday a special thing. Right now, who gives a shit? But she would say, "It's your birthday. Here, have a cake ready, or have something wrapped, homemade, wrapped and made, or whatever." And she just, "Mom, I don't have any money." "You don't need money. Just think of something." So she just, whatever she had. She's crazy.
So let's pause for just a second so I can stop this. It'll get relatively lighter from here. Might get a little deep sometimes.
It's just, yeah, it's just...
But I miss her a lot, and I wish she was here because I'd love to show her Sophia. She would get such a big kick out of Sophia.
Oh God. She would just be rolling.
Right. Would you mind pulling your jacket open a little bit for me? Just restore the microphone. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. You're good.
Yeah, she would just be so fucking stoked.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a relationship with her parents at all?
Mm-mm. Never knew them. Her mom came out at one point, but I couldn't talk to her. She didn't know English.
What were their names?
God, I don't know. I forgot her name. But there's pictures of them with Evie, her, Carla. So it's like five, what are we, generations or something, in one picture. But I don't know her name. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. You remember your grandpa's name at all from her?
My mom's dad?
Yeah.
No.
You remember where they lived at all?
In Holland.
In Holland somewhere?
Yeah, they never were here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we never saw him. I never saw my dad's dad.
Tell me about, what was your dad like? And what was his name? What more? Most importantly.
Joseph was his name. Lagrati was one time his name, but we changed it to Lautman when he got his citizenship. He was a gambler. He just forever tried and make it big with money. Never did it. We'd be chasing checks all over to get his checks. He was hardly around. Later on he was around, but he still was doing the horses. I hate gambling now. Don't even buy a lottery ticket because it's just stupid to me anyway. He was a hard worker, I guess, but he just lost it when he got a check. When he had money to spend, he lost it. So my mom would be arguing with him about, where's your money, we need the money. I can't imagine having 5 kids to worry about feeding, and now you don't have any money because he spent it. It's just crazy.
No kidding.
It's just fucking crazy.
Do you have any? Did he ever give you any words of wisdom, or did you ever teach you anything that you've thought was important?
I was thinking about that a while ago, and for a long time I was really mad that he didn't teach me how to read a tape measure, because for years I was lost without knowing it, and I could have known it a long time ago because he was a machinist. I mean, he could have taught me a thousandth of an inch instead of an eighth. And then I learned how to read the tape, and there's 8/8 in an inch. That's it? That's all you need to know? What the fuck? Why didn't he tell me that? But I mean, yeah, he would say a lot of, I got all kinds of machining tools from him that I know what to do with. But that just boggled me of why he didn't tell me something so easy.
Right. Give me 1 second, okay? All right. So tell me. So we were talking about your dad, right? Did you know his parents at all?
We knew his mom. His dad, I think, was gassed with Hitler thing, so he had to bail out. His mom sent his brothers and him here to get away from them, and then she came out after. But I think his dad got gassed, so I never met him.
Like in Auschwitz? Do you remember? You know what your grandma and grandpa's name is?
Grandma's, her last name was Sitten, Sytten, but I don't know if that was her married name after. But I'm not sure what her maiden name was. But yeah, it was weird knowing that. People have their relatives out here, and where's your grandpa? I don't know. An ashtray?
That's morbid. But you don't remember his name at all either?
No, I don't know.
Do you know where they're from?
Hungry.
Good.
So Hitler was going nuts out there and just getting rid of everybody.
Right. What about, did you have any, obviously, you said you're married to Terry Romero, right, for a while. Was there any other relationships you had? Any significant relationships you had or remember? Boyfriend or girlfriend or anything like that?
Rhonda was why I bought this house, and she never moved in, so that was just a real disaster still. But then she had Dalton, which is why I bought this house, because I wanted a fucking house with a family, and I didn't want a party house. But that never worked out.
What was her last name?
Ron the Tuttle.
And the little boy, what was his name?
Dalton.
Dalton. Yeah.
And then Megan. Awesome kids. She got lucky with them. Just amazingly lucky. But one thing I regret was my dad was sick, left Joey's house to go to the hospital, and Brian, Chad's in the hospital. Yeah, all right, I'll go see him. And 2 or 3 days, yeah, I couldn't make it today. And then I got the phone call that he died, and it was like, oh my God. I was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
that's just my stupid fault, and something I'll always live with. I mean, who knows what difference it would have made, but at least I would have went. I'm still doing this stupid shit.
When you were married with Terry, did you guys get married somewhere? Was there a proposal or anything?
It was just my special effects boss. I said, "What taking you so long to get married? Why didn't you just make a woman out of her, or an honest woman out of her? Do it this year. If you don't do it this year, just call it over." Yeah, you're right. So December 29th, we got married.
Where'd you guys get married?
Ventura. It was some stupid little stupid, whatever you call it, those little rental halls. It was raining. The most it's ever rained was that day, and some people didn't make it because of it. So we did it anyway, and I guess it's supposed to be a good thing, but it really wasn't.
So you said like some type of rental hall, like
a weekend thing you rent to get married, and you leave and go home, whatever.
Where was that?
Ventura.
Yeah. And did somebody marry you guys? Like, was there somebody like licensed to marry you, or like?
No, it was a preacher or whatever you call it. A rental dude.
A rental dude. How many cars have you owned? How many vehicles have you owned?
Wow. My first Datsun truck, it was a Toyota Corolla, three Dodge Intrepids, this 4x Chevy there that's nothing spectacular, just no race cars. A motorcycle, CB 1100F motorcycle, fast. Shoot. I just try and keep what I buy, and some people just don't do that.
Did you have a favorite vehicle?
Probably the Dodge Intrepid. So that blew up.
How did it blow up? Like it actually blew up like a bomb? Like
no, just the engine blew up because of no oil or something. And I was so tired of getting stuck on the side of the road, so I just hammered the gas pedal to get home, and that fried it and toasted it. It was a race car they used in NASCAR.
Really?
It was a couple of years they used Dodge Intrepid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay. Have you ever gotten in like an accident with a car? Have you gotten in any big car accidents or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did that? Tell me about one.
Right in front of Wood Ranch, I rear-ended. Oh, a Honda Prelude was a good one. I had a Honda Prelude. I bought insurance the day before, and the next day I'm going to work, and I didn't see the car stopped in front of me. You know, we're going that way, the sun's going down, so you're just blind. And then they all were stopped, so I slammed on the brakes, and the car skids under the bumper like this. So now I'm getting out of the car, no seatbelt on. You know, because I got pounded the steering wheel. So I'm in the middle, and there's the divider there, and just trying to grab my breath, and it was crazy.
No kidding.
But something was screwed up on the 101, so now everybody was coming back through Wood Ranch to go through Simi. Now my car's stuck there, his car is stuck there now. And I ended up going home with the tow truck driver because I wanted to fix the car myself. I said, "Can I go home with you?" "Yeah." "Okay." Fuck. How often does that happen? So now I'm gone, leave the scene, and so now there's a S10 truck there that I hit, and 7 cop cars, and it was just crazy. I got away with that one because I got insurance the day before. It was a help. I crashed a motorcycle, broke my hand. It was a nightmare for that one.
Any other big ones?
Like, what did I do with the Intrepid? I had 3 of them. I junked one. No, nothing really spectacular. I almost rolled a Toyota Corolla. Sliding around in the rain. But nothing dramatic.
Yeah. Have you ever been arrested or incarcerated?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it. What was that like?
Like you're an animal. Like you're less than an animal, because animals at least can get let out. But they treat you like shit, man. You're nobody in there. You're just nothing.
Where did you get incarcerated at? Remember what
Ventura County Jail. There, it was for a DUI. And then I think I got a second one. Oh yeah, I got a second one. 9 years, 11 months, and 3 weeks later, I got another one, which would have been rolled off in another week. So that counted as a prior now.
Really?
So now there was 2 instead of another new 1.
Oh god, that sucks.
Yeah. So
how long was it from the last one? 9 years? Something months?
9 years, 11 months, and 3 weeks.
Oh my god, seriously? What a joke.
So I went to the court and I said, "I don't have a prior." I thought it rolled off. "Well, you do now." "What? You have a prior as of blah 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 blah." "Really?" I was like shocked that now that I had 2.
Gosh.
So I had to do 18 months of course, 18 months of that bullshit class. But jail sucks, man. It's just brutal.
Yeah. How long were you in for, you remember?
21 days.
21?
The lady across the street killed her husband by letting him starve to death in bed. Starkeys. She got house arrest.
Wow. That seems like really messed up priorities.
The guy died because of what she did to him. And they let her be. That was it. It was fine.
What makes you happy now?
I would say having beer, but it doesn't really mean I have to drink it. Just to know that it's here. But
Do you have a specific beer that you like?
Budweiser. I mean, it was Dalton here for a while. He was just the bomb, but his mom ruined that one. I'd set up the living room as like theater with couches. So we'd climb up the lower one, go to the next one, and go to the next one. Now we're sitting at the top couch watching the TV, looking down on the TV. And Thomas the Train. It was funny shit.
For as long as I can remember, you've always been a caring person. For as long as I've known you. And I've had so many memories going over to your house or just hanging out with you and you showing me cool things. And even you were even talking about just now how you were taking care of those kids in that home when you had that group of kids. For as long as I've known you, you've always been real giving and really caring, and I really appreciate that.
I mean, it's just my mom would make me have I was in Boy Scouts till I was 18. If I liked it or not, I had to wear that fucking uniform. But she would go to this day camp in Oak Park, and now I got to have my own little group of kids. She had hers, now I had my own little group of kids to do whatever events. It was just fun. I had fun doing it. And it's just crazy. Have a little kid look up to me, and I can tell him which way, good or bad, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I thought it was fun. It's not always the best thing for the kid. But I don't know why. I just like kids.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. What are you most proud of? You have some achievements some personal things you like that you're most proud of?
I got a house. People I know don't even have a house. I grew up with, and I mean, some people got handed a house. Some people inherited a house. But I had to get mine, and I still have it for some freaking reason. I mean, technically I should have been out because of falling behind, but I got scraped through somehow. But that's Jill's mom. She owns my house, actually, technically to me, because she saved me. So I'm leaving it to her. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be here.
Who's Jill?
Jill, I think you met Jill. Were you here last time with the blonde girl here?
I think so.
She was kind of not loud, but that was Jill's kid right there.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom died. Her sister took her out of the will, took the house away from her that her mom got her. So now she's homeless.
Right.
But she saved my ass with some money to get caught up. So to me, this house is hers. So I'm leaving it to her.
What's Jill's last name?
Collins.
Jill Collins? Okay.
She lived in Bridle Path. She's sometimes too much to handle, but she's funny. She got really burned by her sister. I would be in jail already if that was mine. It's crazy.
If you could pick any career, like if you could choose any career, what would it be?
I would try special effects again.
Yeah.
I mean, the driving sucks, but as long as you're there on time, you're fine. I mean, there's a lot of pressure to perform when it's time. So you have to be there and to do it. And I was able to do it, but because of either making this thing that we did to perform, or just because of the guy telling me how to do it or whatever. But it's serious pressure when it's time. And there's a lot of good things out of it. I float in alligator. I got to go to New Orleans, Canada. Where the hell else? God, there's all kinds of places.
What other countries have you visited?
I was in Europe with my brother Joey, just for World Cup, selling things.
What country?
France. Took a train through Germany, but didn't stop there. Switzerland. England to get to land and then go into the tunnel thing there. But Joey's a nightmare bringing stuff to sell. Catch this train. The train over there. You gotta catch it. Go grab that bag. Oh, the wrong train. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, it was so gnarly. Oh, you son of a bitch. So now we got to freaking Monaco. We're in France, and we're going to Monaco. No, I'm not going to Monaco. I'm not carrying all this crap through Monaco. There's no way. If we can stash it somewhere in France, I'll go to Monaco. Well, where are we going to stash it? I don't know, but I'm not carrying it. So I didn't go, just because the nightmare that it would have been.
Sounds like it. You have any heroes? Whether family members or even people that you know of, or famous people in history, anything. Jesus.
No, not Jesus. He's overrated. Jesus was on top of that building there, and they tore him down with the chain and the tractor. Let him fall to the ground. The cross area, on the cross. Well, there he wasn't on the cross. The cross came down with the one pull of the tractor. It's like, what the hell? And Jesus is evicted. Heroes. I used to have a couple. People, older guys that I worked with that. Now he's got it going or whatever.
Who was your hero? I missed that.
It just used to be a couple, like the guy's business or construction business. It was really good. Mr. Mannering was a big what do we call it? Influence when I was growing up, because he was doing tile, and when he tiled his pool, I helped him build his pool, whatever, blah blah blah. So now he's teaching me how to do something when I could be at home doing nothing. And I don't know if that's a hero, but it was something somebody to look forward to. But I don't know. I have to think about it.
Mr. Mannering, is he a neighbor of?
My mom's across the street neighbor, 3 houses down, next door to Ken's. Dean married his sister eventually, right now he's married to Dave's sister. But that's his own nightmare. Mr. Mannering was at Rocketdyne when we were growing up, and he almost could still be there working at where the plutonium thing is or whatever. Mm-hmm. But his wife, he works his whole life to do retirement with his wife, and his wife has ended up going nuts. It's so sad.
Yeah. If you could change anything about yourself, what would you do? You could, snap a finger and you could change anything about yourself. What would the one thing be?
follow through with everything. Terrible at following through with stuff, and just seems like if I have to do it, it's the worst follow through it is. Paperwork, finishing things.
Struggle is real. I understand.
It is so hard to follow through with something. Nightmare.
Do you have any like spiritual or moral beliefs? Like, it doesn't have to be necessarily religion, but do you have any moral beliefs or anything, a mantra that you have that you think helps you in life? Any saying or anything?
I don't know. I mean, something about kids, I think, is just important. Just, you don't fuck with kids. I mean, they're going to be there tomorrow. And it's stupid to fucking hurt them. No matter what. I mean, my mom never did, and I mean, there's all kinds of weird fucking stupid shit going on with peoples and their sisters and shit, and not one single second did I ever think of doing something stupid with Evie because she's my little sister, and I just don't understand how these fucking idiots can do stuff to sister girls. And it's just sick, man.
Right.
And I just don't get it. They should be arrested and fucking put away.
Totally.
I mean, that fucks everybody up.
Definitely. How do you handle stress? What do you do to handle stress?
Scream, cuss, throw things, and just massively destroy whatever I got. I mean, I have no window in my room anymore. I got plastic covering a hole. I got bent pieces of metal. I got just... A lot of people know that I'm screaming. I'm just fucking pissed off. And actually, one time I cleared the house out. That was good. That's what it took. I don't handle stress at all.
I get it. Do you have any habits or vices?
Beer. Pot, that's legal now. Staying up all the time. Just because lately, because now there's no work, 'cause I can't freaking do any work. Before, it was just because I had too much stuff to do. And I still got a whole crap load of stuff to do. And right now, 1,000 things just to go from the top of the list. But I just need to prioritize things, and I don't fucking have a clue sometimes. This thing right here, I'm supposed to be running water, filled up to where the starts, goes up here, comes down, goes under, goes down, fills up the pond, gets pumped back up. But that thing has a hole in it, and the thing that holds the hose doesn't. So it's like, whatever. And it would have been so nice. There was a tree here. The tree came down, so now I made the hole into a pond. And the pond has a hole somewhere. And that's just discouraging. Then I put roll the hose up there, and that fills up with water. Fucking retarded. I didn't want that hole to hold water. I want the hose to be out of the water. It's so stupid.
Was there like a moment in your life that kind of changed your perspective on life? Like from that point on? Was there a pivotal change at one point in your life that really changed your perspective on what life really is? Whether it's life is unfair, or life is great, or life is terrible, whatever that is. Was there a specific moment that changed your perspective the most?
Well, when Evie had you, that was a totally new thing for the whole family. I mean, my mom was just in heaven, and you know, it showed more of a family kind of thing to me. But I wasn't having a family, so it was like, that was kind of cool. Just so whatever I did, or whenever I saw you guys, it was new and fun and happy, and which, you know, made me want to have a family again still. And it was interesting every time I saw you guys. I mean, I didn't know the whatever secrets or whatever you guys had, but when I saw you, it was throw the ball here or play with Boz, you know, let's go to the park or whatever it was. But it was just new, and it was happy, and that was weird. And because me and Terry, we tried to have kids, we went to the doctor and all that, it just didn't work. But it went from happy to seeing you guys to depressed to not being able to, and then it just was like weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Up and down shit.
Totally.
And, you know, then I have the dog, so that was my kind of release. And now I live in Camarillo with the pool in the backyard, so come home and the dog's in the pool. Fuck yeah. But it was, I mean, there was nothing biblical or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was definitely a up and down roller coaster thing.
I'm sure. Like, you earlier said, like, you don't know what secrets we had. Would you tell me more about?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know what's up? I don't know like if you guys had arguing in the house before we got over, and now it's got to be happy time or whatever, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's
right.
Like if my mom and I are arguing, somebody comes over, we'll shut up until they leave, and now blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But
like the appearances of like happiness or
right,
whatever.
like that black and white show, Beaver. Leave it to Beaver, and everybody's happy and whatever. At least that's what they portrayed anyway.
Right.
But
have you ever felt like discriminated against because of who you are, whether it was your gender or ethnicity or class?
Just because of shit keeps happening, you know, like pump up the tire on my truck and then the fucking tranny goes out. Pump up, or you know, fix the tranny and the windshield breaks. It's like, what the fuck, man? It doesn't end. It just keeps happening. Mm-hmm. But it's either me feeling sorry for myself or I'm just an idiot. I mean, if you don't hit your window, you won't break when it's cold. Or put air in it to keep the tire up and it won't go flat. You know, just stupid shit like that. Or somebody has a jinx on me. Why does it always happen to me? Oh, because Rhonda was here. You know, if Rhonda wasn't here, that wouldn't be happening. Mm. But that's just brainwashing myself, I think. Mm. Or blaming somebody else. Mm. Which is a lot of people do.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Shift the blame to somebody else, and I mean, I'll take the blame if it's my fault. If no problem.
Right. Have you ever felt bullied?
Bullied?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You ever felt picked on? Is there anything particular that stands out to you?
Well, people that come here. I mean, it's my fault they come in my house. It's my house. I don't have to let people in. Mm-hmm. But some people come in. There's one girl who came here. I've had 120 police visits at this house. Probably 130 now, 35 now. None of them for me. And this one girl was here Cops took us out of the house, put us on the driveway. Now one's cops interviewing whoever here, and the other ones are running through the house. This girl is squealing like a pig. Blah, 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 blah. Have you seen, what's his name? Blah, no, he's over there, blah, 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 blah. So then the cops leave, and this girl's still here. You owe me. You owe me, I saved you. What the fuck are you talking, what are you talking about? Yeah, if it wasn't for me here, the cops said, you are squealing like a fish, what are you talking about? Or like a pig. She goes, no, she ends up hitting me in the kitchen. Boom. What the fuck? And Joey saw it because he was in the living room for whatever reason he saw it, or he was there. So now, get the fuck out of my house, bitch. And so now now because she hit me, I'm just fucking full on football. Get the fuck out. So, I mean, she's like this. So now we're by the front door, and I'm aimed from this way to push her out the front door. So I football tackle her, boom, through the fucking screen door. They're still running, like I'm gonna land on top of her when I hit the ground. And there was a trailer parked this way, so now I hit her like this. I fold her over backwards over the trailer. Get the hell out, and just bam. And now she can't breathe, she can't walk, she can't do anything. Get the fuck out. I grab her suitcase, take this with you. And now she's screaming down the sidewalk. And making a big scene. Get the fuck away from here, bitch. I haven't seen her since. But that was the bully that it comes to my mind immediately. Because this bitch thought she deserved whatever she thought she deserved, but it's just insane stuff that's happened here. She's a big girl, and she'll knock out anybody. But it's just crazy.
Squealing like a fish. I'm gonna use that from now on.
It's supposed to be a pig.
I know. I like fish better. I'm gonna use fish from now on. Yeah, she sounds like a giant bitch. And who squeals to who? Yeah, so if somebody's squealing like a pig to cops, they're doing something completely wrong.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And these cops, I mean, they listen to her, and she's full of bullshit because that's the way she is.
Yeah.
But she just kept blabbing away, man. I'm just leaning against the car waiting for them to leave, not saying anything because they like when you talk.
Heck yeah.
But I mean, like I said, it's 120 at least visits, and none of them for me. So.
Do you have? Can you briefly go through any health conditions that that you have that maybe because I only ask because when as people get older in life, like kids, and they get older, they'd be like, oh, maybe this is genetic or maybe whatever else. Is there any health conditions that you have that you'd like to share?
That's what I guess my dad ended up having heart disease or something, and they just found out on mine that the lower valve in my heart is either not sucking up or it's not pumping out from the bottom. I guess it goes in and comes out, goes in and comes out, constantly, but my inner lower hole is not sucking it back up. So that's filling if I don't keep my leg raised up or whatever, it's not circulating enough through, so I got to keep my leg raised. I'm supposed to be on blood thinners, but I still don't got them. Which I thought I was fine. I didn't know I was the hole in the bottom, but that was all of a sudden within September when I found out. Other than that, I thought I was fine. Just going blind. The vision, obviously goes. Are you is it long or up close or? My vision, I can't see close.
You got any arthritis or anything?
Oh yeah, that's from working frozen food though. And it just locks up totally. Just
like your hand?
Yeah, I gotta push it back up sometimes like that.
Really?
But that's from 20 years at the freezer,
Right.
which, I mean, I don't, somebody says sue Vons. I said, well, how am I going to sue Vons? That was my job. I mean, I didn't have to do it.
Do they have? Can they increase your pension for harm that you have now?
I don't know.
Maybe look into that. So let's change it and let's just go to. We're gonna do a little more macro things at this point. Well, this is all kind of about you and your family and your experiences. We'll go a little. We're gonna go a little broader. Just get your opinion on things, okay? Basically, worldviews is the subject. So, have you seen like a change in like the morals in society in your lifetime? Like the overall culture, have you seen the morals change at all or anything like that?
Yeah, I guess. It was, well, this COVID thing really screwed everybody up.
COVID-19,
yeah. But the morals, I guess, would be, I mean, everybody still bombs each other, or, you know, the world peace is never going to happen. It's, to me, it's more, not strict, but it's more looser than it was, like, more relaxed the way people are about, like, how they're supposed to get along and how they do get along. It's, people are just don't care about each other as much as it seems like. I don't know how to explain it. It's just,
yeah, that makes sense.
It's easier to not worry about somebody or forget about them than it is to do something. Like Carla would laugh that she's so heavy instead of do something about it. She would laugh, make it easier. It just seems like it's the same way. I mean, I'm not religious, so I don't know what the hell they're fighting about with that, but like Afghanistan, one day we're there protecting them, and now we're bailing out on everybody. It just, I mean, it's time's got to come sometime to leave, but to just ditch them and pack up and go before you make sure everybody's out, it's just insane. In fact, I don't even know if they got everybody out from when Biden, but Trump's the one that organized the date. He's the one that talked to the people. Now Trump's out of office, and so Biden has to take the day over. So he got the shit for it. But the way he did it, it was stupid. I mean, he closed the airport before he closed the air base. So there's no way people get out. It's crazy.
Do you have a political party that you particularly identify with?
I think Trump was good. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote at all. But I mean, Trump, I think, did good. Because now the people that are bringing shit in the country are going through Mexico, driving it through, because there's nobody watching. And it's not just Mexico. They're flying it into Mexico and then coming through. And people are dying. Like that girl just now. She said 18 years old or whatever it was. Terrible.
Fentanyl?
Fentanyl. 1,000% increase in fentanyl that I just saw on my phone. And one sand granule will kill people.
Really?
A tiny little morsel of sand. And it's crazy.
That is crazy. Have you seen a change in technology over the years? Have you seen is there anything particularly big in technology you've seen change?
For me, video games are just amazing. Just like almost Air Force or Army or whatever it is that you could have in your living room is what they're using. I mean, just the looks of it anyway. Not the technology of it, but I mean, it's just crazy. The graphics on these things. The speed of the computers are faster. God, I don't know, all kinds. It's just
No, that's good. Have you seen it?
TVs.
Yeah. Have you seen it change in music over the years?
Usually bad. Rap is just terrible. Just crap. I call it crap, not rap. I just don't see why people listen to that when it's just gangsters shoot 'em AKs and got my AK, it's gonna be a good day. What the fuck? And these guys are millionaires because of it. It's just sickening. No clue how to fucking make a song, but they're getting paid because these people are buying it. And I don't blame them for making the money. It's just the stupid people buying it. I don't get it.
It's almost like it's glorifying violence
And these people have nothing to do in their neighborhood. Listen to this crappy song, which gets money for the guy that sings it. And he's a criminal. And it's just crazy. It's just insane.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, John Madden just died, and he was a Madden football, Madden whatever. If he got $1 for every game he sold, he's rich. But he's beyond rich. $250 million in video games that he made or was a part of, and that's not even probably half of it. But that's somebody that did something good out of it. You know, take the violence out on the fucking video game instead of shooting your neighbor or whatever. It's just insane.
Totally. What do you think about gender fluidity?
Sounds like a drink. I don't know. What the hell is it?
So gender fluidity is, so for example, someone born a boy may consider themselves a female, even if they are born with generally male anatomy.
I'm just confused, I think. I mean, why would they think they're... I mean, unless they had a girl parts, then they should be a boy. I mean, I don't know. It's just, if they had both, now there's a problem. What the fuck am I, Mom? You know. I don't know.
That's good. No, that's good. What do you think about homosexuality?
I don't think it's good. I mean, it doesn't matter what I think about it, but I just don't like it. I mean, I'll never watch a porno with that. I'll never ask to see one. I'll never want to see one. And if I see some dudes holding hands, I'll fucking say, God damn, that's sick. But that's their own deal. I mean,
that's good.
It's none of my business.
What do you think about guns?
I don't have one. I don't like them. I would use one. I would use one maybe 20 times by now. That's my gun control, is not to have one. People need them. I don't really want one because I would use it and then I wouldn't be here. So it's just personal preference, I guess. I mean, I know somebody that has 40 of them, 50 of them. For what? I don't know. I mean, why? If you have one, that should be good enough. I mean, but you walk in this guy's room and they're all on every wall. And the comedian said, it's for my protection. Well, okay, somebody comes to your house, your door, And now you're gonna go get a key. You're gonna go unlock your door. You're gonna open the door to get the gun out, and you hold on. I'm getting it for my protection. And now the guy's not gonna do anything to you in the meantime. He's gonna wait for you to get your gun. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
But I don't want one. I get too mad.
Why do you think there's still war?
People are fighting for whatever reason. I'm just religious. I don't know if it's religion. I think it's land, oil. People they don't agree on somebody else. But I think if people saw the footage of war, they would not want it. And those black and white videos from nighttime, man, dude, they are serious damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy was shooting at a helicopter for the police at night, and you can see the muzzle. The helicopter's looking down. Now they take a fucking shot. Boom. Now you see the guy's head came off his body, lit like a light bulb, and his body is standing up against the car, and his head lands here, still lit. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
Because of infrared, and that's part of shooting a gun.
Yeah.
It's just insane. And this guy, no clue that's gonna happen. Probably an idea he's gonna die. It was insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And that's not just one thing. It's not war. It's not a bomb hitting a town. It's terrible.
How do you wish the world would change?
It's probably better TV, because hearing all the crap goes on, and you can't really hide it. You can't change it because it's on TV. It's just what you see on TV is, I mean, not maybe even the news, not just TV, but I mean, there's never going to be all good things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know, I think if they had better TV, people would be more or less likely to think that a black dude is a hero. I mean, there's real heroes, and then there's baseball players.
Mm-hmm.
What a waste of money those guys are.
Right, yeah, like sports versus...
$250 million for a guy to sit on the bench and chew sunflower seeds and spit gum and laugh, instead of this firefighter dude that just pulled 7 people out of a building and had a cement boulder crush his leg on the way out. He should be the one that's rich.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's just insane. But the guy that's the baseball player is going for what he knows how to do, and his agent is the one that gets it to him, which is awesome, but it's just the wrong priority.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would want more money as much as I can for me if someone would push for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't play a fucking baseball or hit a ball or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, people are just, it's all weird.
Yeah. Is love important?
Yeah. If you find the right person and it's healthy and it's good and it's fun. I mean, it could be, it was for a while, but that can change in one fucking day, and it's a nightmare.
Do you have any advice for someone who's trying to find love or dealing with heartbreak?
Finding love is to make sure they're friends first. If they're not your friend, they're not going to be anything worth loving. Heartbreak, plenty of that. Heartbreak would be think about what you're doing, because it's very easy to not want to think about it anymore. Just to take it easy, to go slow. I mean, friends are forever if you make it right, but you can ruin it if you want to try and love them. Because then you find out they're really fucking assholes and a bitch. But I mean, there's all kinds of weird reasons people don't stay together. I got many of them.
Do you have a favorite food?
Probably Mexican food.
This particular dish or restaurant that you like most?
Spicy beef enchiladas, red sauce. It's good stuff. Not really a restaurant. I mean, there's good restaurants, but I mean, at home is probably better. I just don't find myself not going out anywhere because I don't associate with people anymore. If I'm out somewhere and I see somebody, it's like, oh fuck. I mean, depending who it is.
Is that what you thought when you saw me show up at your front door? Ah, fuck, Emmett's here.
Well, I wasn't expecting an interview, but I just don't like talking to people. I hate it. I mean, it's more like I'm going back to high school. I can't talk to girls at all. I swear to God, I was so fucking shy. It's sickening.
Do you prefer pancake or waffles?
Probably waffles.
Do you prefer ice cream or cake or pie?
Ice cream.
Do you like coffee or tea?
Coffee.
You like waking up late or waking up early?
Early.
How do you like your eggs?
Probably scrambled.
Scrambled. Do you have a favorite pizza?
Actually, there's some good frozen ones out. I mean, I don't like the delivery ones. Just waste of money, I think. I mean, you can buy a good frozen for $7 or $35 for a delivery. It's just crazy. DiGiorno's are good.
Do you have a specific topping that you like?
Supreme.
Supreme.
All kinds of whatever's on it. I mean, whatever they want to put on it.
How many hours of sleep do you feel best with? Like, is there specific hours that you need in order to feel rested?
Probably 6 at the most would be enough. Sometimes it's way more because no alarm. It's quiet finally. I didn't hear the alarm and I slept right through the doctor's appointment. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I'd be 3 hours, 2 hours. But it's not the healthiest. It's just, I really haven't, well, it used to be not needed sleep for a long time, but yeah, sometimes it's 12 hours now. It's crazy. But that's just stupid sleeping through everything. I mean, retarded wise, because I got all kinds of shit to do here. Everybody says, take it easy, take it easy. And I'm not going to sit here and stress on stuff I got to do when I could be doing it when I'm not doing nothing. And I was supposed to go to the doctor's the other day and I missed it. It was the day before. So now I could have found out from him if I can go to work or not, or if I'm collecting disability, which now I got to wait till Monday. Just stupid shit like that, man.
Yeah. So, one more funny question. If you had the power to do anything with a snap of a finger, what would it be?
I'd love to have everything fixed the way I wanted it. Just come home and not do nothing because it's all done. Which the people here, the amount of people that has been here and the people and the shit that they know how to do, this house could have been done 3 times. But I'm still fucking dicking with all this crap like this. Somebody knows how to fucking plug a hole in a thing. Somebody knows how to drywall whatever's left to do. I mean, I don't want them to do it for me. It's just stuff that I could have done, whatever. Something could have been done about it. But that would be nice, just to fucking, wow. What the fuck? Everything's green, planted, running. But I mean, it's just, I mean, Keith does drywall. Kevin does whatever he can without nigger rigging it. Rick does roofing. I need a roof on this house, 3 layers thick of this house already. And if I put any more on, the house is gonna collapse. So I gotta scrape everything off of the house and start over. And I know how to do it, but I need money to buy the materials, and it's just, it'd be so nice to have it all done.
So now we're in the last final questions, okay? This is basically every generation that comes after you that's related to you or me, and this is for them. What? Let's wait till these scares go by. What lessons or mistakes? Oh, 1 second, there's another scare. This is a whole line of them.
School must be out or
right?
Something. Oh, today's Saturday.
What lessons and mistakes have you learned that you'd want future generations to know? Like my kids and my kids' kids, or Evie's kids. Your great nephews and nieces.
I would say think about what you want to do in the future and try and do that. I mean, I didn't really know what the hell I was going to do. I never said I was going to be an astronaut and then I'm a cook. But if you know what you want, just do it. I mean, stick with it. Talk to somebody that classes you got to take or steps you got to take, because just going through it, I mean, you'll find out you either don't like it if you keep going step by step to it, or you like it and you want to do more. But to just go through and not do, to go through it and do this and then over here and then over here and then over here and over here, you're all over the place, you don't know what you're going to do.
Right.
Then that's not a path. But if you stay in a path, then you'll be better off. Because my path is way off. I mean, it looks like this.
How do you hope your family will remember you?
I wasn't lazy. I mean, that's probably about it. And just, I could care less what Dean thinks. I could care less what freaking, I don't know. It just, my thing lately is family's overrated because of just bullshit Joey did. Stuff that Jill's family did to her. And those are people you're supposed to be close to, and surrounded by people that are going to help you, but they're just tearing it apart. It's crazy. Who else was that too? Somebody else was, Chris, the girl Chris in there. Her mom is an enemy. Her brother punched her in the eye and she's blind, and the mom is hiding it. I said, go to the fucking police and call on your brother, because he fucking he blinded you. and there was no police report on it or nothing. And the mom protected the brother, claiming that it was her fault. And I said, it's so fucking bullshit. But that's family. And it's like, wow. Bizarre. I mean, I shouldn't think that way, but it's just, that's where I'm leaning, is because it's just crazy. I mean, Joey fucked everything up. And he's going to claim Dean did it by taking it to court. Joey didn't do anything to help Dean out, because Dean and Abby both said, when my mom was alive, I was sitting right there, I don't want nothing to do with it. I want out. That's when money should have started handing over to buy them out. And nothing got done for 5 years. So Dean had to take it to court. There was nothing happening. And that's what started it. Joey didn't do anything about it. And Dean didn't start it. Yeah, it should never have went to court, because my mom went through all the bullshit to get probate away, which sucked up $100,000. So now that just went down the toilet. My mom's, all her worries came true with probate, because Joey didn't do anything and Dean and Abby wanted out. But everybody knew it. And then when he brought his shit here, 2 truckloads of my boss's truck, massive truck. I mean, a big dumper like this, full of Joey's stuff, twice here. 3 months in the driveways. I sat in my driveway. I moved into the back. Joey, did you move any stuff out? I'll get it. Next day, nothing. 3 months later, it's still out. And you motherfucker. I still got stuff in the backyard of his. And it's, in fact, a couple of these things here on the other side of the fence are his, because I got to get rid of it. And he's still the same way. He'll bring shit home. He'll bring shit to his fucking place where he's staying, Oak Park. Did you ever go over there yet?
I couldn't find where you were talking about.
Here, you got a pen or pencil?
I have one more question for you.
Oh yeah.
So this is going to be for like Sophia, and like I said, basically this is going to be for every future generation after us. Is there anything you'd like them to remember or to know? Something important that you think they should always remember?
Well, it's definitely nice seeing her. She's a sweetheart. And it doesn't happen often enough, actually, obviously. But I just...
So she's 20, let's say she's watching this, she's 23 years old. She's a full adult. What's something you want to tell her right now to comfort her?
Oh my God, you're probably gorgeous and you're probably just happy. You're very polite, probably. The dude you're with, it better be nice to you, because you don't deserve anything else. I mean, don't take any crap from nobody. I don't know Evie's kids. I've seen them at the... Where was she? She brought them the last time was where?
Carla's thing, probably.
Carla's thing. I couldn't believe... I didn't even recognize the girl. Actually, I didn't recognize any of them. But I hope they're okay and they make the good decisions, because everything is about what you decide, and if it's not about deciding today, it's going to make a difference what you decide by tomorrow or whatever down the road. So you just think about it and just try and be happy. I mean, happier than me anyway. Fuck. But yeah, that's tough though. It's not always easy to be happy. I mean, I can't do it every day. I wake up pissed off sometimes, and that's the way it stays. You ever wake up in a shitty mood and it changes? Yeah? I just end
I
up.
wake up as sushi when it stays that for like a good 6-7 hours.
Right.
Unless I can distract myself with something.
Right, exactly. If it stays that way, I mean, if I wake up that way, I can't get it. I can't shake it, and that bothers me. I don't know why, because it's whatever's getting me in a shitty mood is still in my head, and I can't fucking get it out. But maybe there's a problem.
Maybe. Is there anything else you'd like to tell them?
Yeah, there's all kinds of things, I guess. I have love for everybody, but I just don't say it. I don't see anybody really to say it. Love is good. I'm just not very good at it. I hope that everything works out for you guys and it stays happy. I mean, I wish I was happy all the time. I just can't. It doesn't happen. I don't know what else.
Good. That was perfect.
3 test.
One more time.
Hurry the fuck up. Test.